I am privileged today to introduce you to our keynote speaker, Westminster Mayor Tree Ta. He's been to our Memorial Day service many times and was our guest speaker last year. Mayor Ta was first elected to the Westminster City Council in November 2006 and re-elected in 2010. While doing that, he was selected in 2008 to serve as Mayor Pro Tem. Then in 2012, Mayor Ta became the first Vietnamese American elected mayor in the United States. Since then, he was re-elected in 2014 and 2016 to his third term. Prior to being elected to the council, he served as a commissioner for the city's Energy Committee and Advisory Committee for the Disabled. Mayor Ta currently represents Westminster on the Orange County Fire Authority Board of Directors, serving on their Executive Committee, and their Budget and Finance Committee, the Orange County Council of Governments, and the Public Cable Television Authority. Mayor Ta is a dedicated husband and father. He met his wife, An Don, by what he calls an act of destiny. I love that. In 2002, they were blessed with a beautiful daughter, Trian. Am I pronouncing that right? Okay. In 2007, their family welcomed a second precious gift, their daughter, Trimi. Pronouncing that right? Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, Trian and Trimi's dad, and our wonderful mayor of Westminster, the Mayor Tree Ta.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. It is my honor and a privilege for me to stand here in this beautiful and peaceful setting. It truly warmed my heart to see many of you here today, taking time to pay respect to those who have given their life for this country. We come together to remember about our heroes, to remember their achievements, their courage, and their dedication, and to say thank you for their sacrifices. The service member we honor today came from all walks of life, but they share several fundamental qualities: courage, pride, determination, dedication to duty, and dignity. All the quality needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave their homes, to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they love fighting. They were called to be part of something bigger than themselves. They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in extreme times. Although there were different versions of how Memorial began, one story goes that families of lost soldiers began to decorate their grave with flowers. These informal honors led to the first formal Memorial Day observance in Waterloo, New York, on May 5, 1866. Congress officially recognized Memorial Day as a federal holiday in 1887. Since then, with each passing year, we continue to honor our troops. We have awarded to many soldiers, added their name to monument, and named building for them, to honor them for their sacrifices. But nothing can ever replace the empty space left behind by a fallen service member. No number of medal and ribbon can be enough to comfort the ones survived. But I promise you that in Westminster, we never forget our fallen heroes and our veterans. I would like to share with you a story about a brave man who was killed in action. His name was Lance Corporal Kenneth L. Worley. This is a story about a man who went above and beyond the call of duty. Lance Corporal Worley was a machine gunner who was stationed in the Republic of Vietnam. In the early morning of August 12, 1968, he was on duty to watch over a house in the Bourbon hamlet of Quang Nam province. Suddenly, they were alerted by a platoon leader that Rene had landed in a house. Fully aware of the unavoidable result of his action, but in an act of heroism, Lance Corporal Worley instantly threw himself on the top of the Rene and took the tremendous force of the explosion with his own body. His extraordinary act of bravery in the face of almost certain death saved his comrade from serious injury and possible loss of life of his fellow Marines. Lance Corporal Worley selfless action upheld the highest tradition of our brave armed forces, men and women. I'm proud to say that this amazing man is buried right here in Westminster Memorial Park. He gave his life for his country. And my fellow council member and I are honored to create a monument in his memory at our Civic Center. I'm so grateful for Sid Goldston Freedom Park. This beautiful park is dedicated to those who lost their life or were prisoner as a result of the Vietnam War. In the middle of the park, proudly stands a statue of two soldiers, shoulder to shoulder, side by side. One American soldier and one South Vietnamese soldier. This memorial was built to represent the cooperation between the two during the Vietnam War. And they continue to stand together until today. There is a motto engraved under the statue that says, duty, honor, sacrifice. It is sometimes said that heroes are hard to find. People who understand the meaning of duty, honor, and country need to look no further than those who fight for freedom and democracy. When I'm at this park, I often experience an overwhelming sense of appreciation. And I am reminded of all the suffering and fighting that took place throughout the course of this war. Those brave men and women never stopped fighting for us. And so many of them had given the last dying breath for us. In Westminster, we not only remember our veterans, but we also show our support to our military community. The city of Westminster formally adopted a Marine battalion at Camp Pendleton. For more than a decade, Westminster City Council members and I have created a direct relationship with this battalion by participating in the events and showing them that we appreciate what they do for our country. I would like to recognize the service member and veterans who are here today. So please stand to be recognized. Thank you for answering the call to duty and your dedication to the red country. Each one of you have made our armed forces the most respected in the world. I would like to recognize the family members of any service member. Thank you so much for what you have done and endured. You have lived through difficult times, encountered many challenges, and yet still keep the spirit of a military family alive. Yes. Today, we gather together to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served our country. Our gathering is just one small spark in the flame of pride that burns throughout the nation today and every day about our fallen heroes. May we honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so that we can live in freedom. This gathering is also a way to say, we remember. Yes, we remember. Thank you so much for attending today. God bless you and your families. God bless our troops. And God bless America. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Ta.